Welcome back, it's me, Lou. I had about maybe 10 minutes to kill, so I thought I'd play some video games for a little bit and just document the experience. So what I have here is Dave Mirra Freestyle BMX 2. It's a pretty old game. I think it might be like 20 years old. I think. I could be wrong on that. This is honestly one of my favorite games of all time. It's definitely one of my deserted island games. So if I was stranded on a deserted island, this would be my go-to game. This game is great because I used to BMX in real life, and I don't really do it as much as I should. So I get to live vicariously through this video game and virtual Dave Mirra and pretend I'm BMXing once again. Everything about this game is perfect to me. The move sets are great, the graphics are pretty decent. The game moves super fast. The levels are just so spacious and super wide open. It's so easy to like find a nice spot and you can just session that for like hours and hours. When I was younger, like in college, and I used to ride more, Dave Mirra was like probably one of my favorite riders. In fact, the BMX bike that I built up in college was actually a Haro Blamo, and it was what Mirra rode back in the day. The combinations you can pull off in this game are so smooth also. So there was actually a Dave Mirra 1, and that came out on the original PlayStation maybe, I would say 2 years before this game, or maybe might have been 3. I think maybe 2 years, and that was a great game too. That was kind of coming off the heels of Tony Hawk Pro Skater, which is an excellent game as well. But since I BMX, I don't know, my affection really lies more in this game. I'm like crashing everything because I'm kind of anxious right now. Because I know I gotta take off in a couple of minutes, but... I think besides this game, the only other game I probably put more time into is probably either the Elder Scrolls Oblivion or the Elder Scrolls Skyrim. And maybe Fallout. Fallout Vegas, and I think it was Fallout... was it 3? I think it might have been Fallout 3. I put in so much time into those games, but this is one game that, to this day, I'll put so much playtime into it. Yeah, I'm looking really sloppy right now, so let's see if I can change that up. Get a nice little session in on the mini ramp here. Alright, 360 whip, flare, bar spin, 3 whip again. Let's go for a table one footer, no hander, bar spin. Let's see if we go for a bus driver. And bar spin back. I was so bummed out when Dave Mirra passed away in real life. Normally I'm not affected by celebrity deaths or anything, but he was someone I actually kind of like looked up to as a rider just because, you know, I used to ride myself, and when I was younger, I think maybe in junior high was when he started first getting noticed, and he was like in the BMX magazines, and he was young back then too. I want to say maybe he might be a year or maybe 2 years older than me, so we were kind of close in age. And when he was blowing up as a young kid on the BMX scene, I think he was called Miracle Boy, and that nickname kind of stuck with him. And when he passed away, I was kind of bummed out. The circumstances were really unfortunate too, you know, since he took his own life. And I think, I want to say maybe is kind of revealed later on, especially nowadays with science, that we know so much now about concussions and head trauma. And I think with all the bails he took over the years and all the crashes, I think it might have taken its toll on him psychologically and mentally, because I think maybe there was some, you know, damage because of, like, maybe he was concussed multiple times or whatever. But it was just sad. He was such a great rider. You know, he influenced so many kids. And he was mainstream too. I believe he was on Letterman. I think he had a Slim Jim sponsorship. I wasn't sure if he was ever on the commercials. And he was always taking the gold medals at the X Games. Alright, let's see if I can get a smoother run in here. Around the spine. Alright. This is one game I kind of wish they would make a sequel to. Or at least with the current gen hardware, like on the Xbox X or like the new PlayStation. But regardless, I mean, regardless of if the graphics are modern or not, the gameplay just holds up super well. Whoa. When I was younger in college, I used to ride ramps. Not like I was nowhere near this level, but there was a famous skate park not too far from my house, Scrap, and I used to ride there often during college. After class, we'd meet up at night. I was always scared of the box jump, to be honest. I always preferred to ride, even though I couldn't really, you know, get much air over coping. I always prefer to ride transition, like the mini ramp or the half pipe or even the quarter pipe. More so the quarter pipe. But this, for me, the box jump always scared me because I didn't like the idea of just landing on the opposite end of it, because I don't know. I was just so scared of getting hurt because I was going to school, and at one point I actually did get hurt. I messed up my ankle really bad. And then I think as I got older, I kind of just gravitated more to just riding flatland and staying off the ramps, just because, I don't know, you start paying your own insurance and you find out how much, you know, real life costs you, and it's like, dude, I can't afford to get hurt right now. These levels are so well thought out, but it's also, they're based on, this level Woodward is based on the actual summer camp. That's in Woodward, Pennsylvania, I believe. I'm not sure if the camp's still around today, but back then in the 90s and early 2000s, it's kind of a big mecca for if you're a BMXer or a skateboarder or even a gymnast. So the level design here is kind of based off of that. I'm not sure how accurate it is, but they just do a really good job of emulating the park and the ramps it had. Okay, I'm nearing the end of my playtime because I gotta take off, but I don't know. Let's see if I can just finish up with a couple more tricks. Whoops. I'm gonna find a spot first that I want a session. Let's go back to the mini ramp if I can find one. Alright, here's the pool. I don't want to ride that. Okay, here we go. Alright, let's see if I can get a solid run in. Okay, I think we're gonna wrap this up. I gotta take off. Well, thanks for joining me. Hope you're having a good day or evening or wherever you're watching this. I'll talk to you later. Later.